Hello everyone, I am Dr. Aminder Gill and welcome to my channel Physics by Dr. Gill. In previous lecture, we have studied the principle of least action and we could understand that the principle of least action means that among all the possible paths that connect two fixed endpoints, the actual path taken by the body is the one that makes action as minimal. Today we will try to construct the Lagrangian formulation and will find the need of Lagrangian in classical mechanics. We will discuss the general mechanics problem by taking a simplest case in which a particle is moving in one direction, or we can say a one-dimensional motion of a particle, and will write the Lagrangian for the same. Let's start. Let's think about mechanics problem, and simplest problem is one-dimensional motion of a particle in a line, and we are taking xt plane here where t is independent variable and x is dependent variable. So the trajectory of a particle is going to have a curve just like this. So this is a standard problem of mechanics. The initial conditions of this problem is to know the position and the velocity. This is the initial. So suppose here this time is t naught and this distance here it is t naught and this distance is x naught. So the initial coordinates will be x naught and t naught. So if you know the position and velocity, what you need? Position and the velocity x dot. So if you know the position and velocity at any instant of time, Newton's law of motion allow you to construct the whole trajectory if you know the forces. अगर आपको पता हो कौन से forces हैं, then you can understand the whole trajectory of the motion of a particle. So it means you need two pieces of information for each coordinate, and that is position and the velocity. The other version of classical mechanics is that you know the position x naught at time t naught and you know the position here final at x1 and t1. So what you want to know is the location of an object or a particle at two different times, and it is asked you to fill the trajectory in between. So this time the initial velocity will be the part of the solution. So this is the problem of mechanics, or we can say the problems of world of physics, giving the initial and final configurations and find what interpolates between them. And all the problems of classical mechanics is to minimize something, or we can say minimize something associated with the path between these 2 points. And in fact, something is an integral from one point to another point, or we can say from t naught to t, or you can say t1 also, one point to another point, integral dt, and it is called action. And when I say minimize, I mean to say that to make action stationary. But there is one quantity, and that quantity may be that action, and the action is an integral. What is this action? Action is an integral over the trajectory from t naught to t, and that integral of something that depends upon this trajectory. And what is that thing? We call it Lagrangian. And on what it depends upon? It depends on every point along the trajectory. Means it depends on position along the trajectory and it depends upon the velocity along the trajectory. So it means this is equal to dt Lagrangian x dot, where Lagrangian is a function of position and the velocity. So this type of problems can always be reduced to differential equations, and differential equations have named called Euler Lagrangian equation. That differential equation is named and that is called Euler EULER Lagrangian equations. And the problem here is to make, or we can say minimize or stationary the action. And how can we do it? This can be done by delta t naught to t dt L x dot is equal to 0. The way to do it is by replacing this precise problem, this is the precise problem, by an approximate problem. And the approximate problem is, and that approximate problem goes like this. First here, there will be no delta here. It will be action, and action is equal to integral of Lagrangian, which is a function of x and x dot, integration of it, and this is action is equal to 0. Now we are reducing this problem to an approximate problem. And how can we do it? We are just going to divide up this time axis into little increments. How can we do? We are just going to draw it again. Which axis? X and t axis. Here we will draw x axis and here we will draw t axis. Now we are going to divide it into small interval time. टाइम को हम इक्वल इंक्रीमेंट्स में क्या करेंगे? डिवाइड करेंगे. दिस मस्ट बी इक्वल. So replace the trajectory by the sequence of intervals and take the size of each increment and call it epsilon. This is called epsilon. The size of each increment is called epsilon. And we are going to end to shrink it to 0. If it will shrink it to 0, अगर epsilon 0 हो गया, then it will be just like this path. So finally what we will do? We were going to shrink it to 0, but first we are replacing this sort of piecewise straight line. Straight line कैसे होगी? Suppose your particle is here at x0 and your particle is moving like this. This is the trajectory of particle now, and this is x naught. ये क्या है? This distance is x and this distance is t, or we can say dx dt. Then this slope will give us the velocity. So we can shrink epsilon to 0, but before it, let's work out on approximate theory. And the approximate theory replaces the integral by sum. Or we can say integral is just a funny symbol, it's just a fancy symbol of sum. The reason being that integral has drawn like S because it stands for sum. So we are going to sum over each one of this little segment. Let's call this segment J. So अगर suppose मैं ये point लूँ, then this is J minus 1. this point is j minus 1 and this is j and this is j plus 1. हमने टाइम इंटरवल को इस तरह से, सेगमेंट्स को हमने क्या कर दिया, j. So now our integral, this replaces to summation and dt. Now what is dt? dt is the small time, and here what is small time? It is epsilon. So it means it is equal to this. It can be replaced in approximate theory. Integral by be replaced by the epsilon, or sorry, by the integral by the summation and dt by the epsilon. So what is action now? Action was a is equal to t naught to t naught to t dt Lagrangian x and x dot. Now it can be written in approximate theory as epsilon summation over j l. Now x dot को you can write it as xj, and xj plus 1 minus xj upon epsilon. And what is this? This is x dot, velocity. How? Because change in distance upon time, it is velocity. So this action, which is in integral form, now in approximate theory, this can be written like this. Now we sum it over all j over here, and that's the approximation of the action. Now we have a function which is only a function of discrete variables. What we did, we replaced the continuous function by the function of these heights. So this is an ordinary function of these heights now. Now how can you make it stationary? By differentiating this function, this value with respect to xj, and j stands here for time. Now let's take a particular point. Suppose this particular point is c here. Let's differentiate this expression with respect to xj, keeping everything else fixed. We are just going to change xj. And how can you change xj? If this is j and then this will be xj, then how can you change xj? By just shifting it up and down a very little bit. So it varies for two reasons. When you change xj, it changes because xj varies as you fixed xj plus 1. हमने xj plus 1 को भी fix किया हुआ है, j minus 1 को भी, keeping all other fixed. So what is changing? This xj is changing. If this xj is changing, then we know that in this expression here it is xj. अगर xj change हो रहा है, then action will change here. And if xj plus 1 is fixed but it is related with xj, so if xj is changing, this velocity will also change. The velocity of a particle here will also change if we will move this c particle या c point a little bit. So velocity also changes a little bit. So let's draw the region of interest again. जो हमारा ये region of interest है xj, इसको हम दोबारा से draw करते हैं. The region of interest here, how can you draw it? It can be like this. This is x, this is t, and I'm just going to draw only xj, and before it that is xj minus 1, and after it that is xj plus 1. So our region of interest is only this. Suppose your particle is here, then go here, then go here. So this will tell us the this slope will tell us the velocity. Suppose this point is D, this point is B, and this point is D. So we are only interested what happens when we change xj a little bit, keeping all other things fixed. This can be j minus 1, j and j plus 1. Now let's, how can you write terms now? This term will be divided now into two terms. How can you write this term? This can be now written as epsilon Lagrangian xj plus 1 minus xj upon epsilon. So this is your first, this is second, plus another term will be here because you are changing this xj, तो एक term और आएगा, and that will be Lagrangian xj minus 1. Why xj minus 1? Because velocity term will be here as xj minus 1 upon epsilon. क्योंकि अगर आप xj को चेंज करोगे, दिस xj को अगर आप थोड़ा सा चेंज करोगे तो वेलोसिटी भी चेंज होगी, एंड xj की वेलोसिटी ये यहाँ से आएगी. दिस इज xj माइनस, इससे जस्ट बिफोर की वेलोसिटी. अगर यू आर चेंजिंग दिस तो आपकी क्या है, ये वाली वेलोसिटी भी क्या है, चेंज होगी ऊपर नीचे ले जाने पर. नाउ जस्ट गोइंग टू डिफरेंशिएट ऑल दिस मे बी वी कैन से देयर आर 4 टर्म्स. This is only velocity Vj. So how can you differentiate this term with respect to xj? So if I will consider this term first, then the differentiation of this will be just summation del L of del xj, because I am differentiating this with respect to xj, and then here it is a function of xj and this is Vj. We are just, this is Vj minus 1 or this is Vj. So we can say this is del L upon del xj and xj. Now if we are considering second term, first we are considering this term. Third term अगर हम लेंगे, because it is x there j minus 1, तो differentiation of this with respect to xj, it will equal to 0. Now we are considering the fourth term, because यहाँ xj easy हो जाएगा, then we will take this xj minus 1 because here xj is in minus. So first we are considering this term. So what will be the differentiation with respect to xj of fourth term? It comes out to be epsilon this upon Vj 1 upon epsilon. Now why this term comes? Why here Vj 1 upon epsilon? It is just like this. देखो, here this term, in this term, this xj minus 1, this is Vj, velocity, because change in distance upon time is equal to velocity. So we can write it as this term as Vj. Now what we will do, we know that dVj, change in velocity, is equal to change in distance upon epsilon. So it means this dxj can be written as epsilon into dVj. So instead of writing here dxj, we can write it here epsilon dVj. So what will it will be? Epsilon 1 upon where it is dxj. तो dxj की जगह हम क्या लिख सकते हैं? epsilon dVj. तो यहाँ आ जाएगा ये dxj की जगह epsilon dVj, and L ऑफ, एंड व्हाट इज दिस टर्म, ये तो हमारे पास जीरो, हम इस टर्म का निकाल रहे हैं, एंड दिस इज Vj, तो दिस इज Vj. तो दिस इज द differentiation of this term with respect to xj. And what about the second term? Second term is here. This term is just like the fourth term, but here it is j minus 1 minus xj, here xj minus xj minus 1. So we will get the same results but with the minus sign. तो सेकंड का क्या हो जाएगा हमारे पास, तो if we will write all terms, then it will be like this. It will be summation of del L upon del xj, जो आपका फर्स्ट टर्म है, then this term, this is equal to this summation I am taking out. So here it is summation, or sorry, it is not summation, it is epsilon. This epsilon I am taking out. So this is your first term, epsilon is out, del L upon del xj. This is your fourth term, and it can be written as 1 upon epsilon del, here it will be del, बिकॉज हम क्या कर रहे हैं, इसको डिफ्रेंशिएट कर रहे हैं, तो डेल विल बी हेयर. तो डेल एल अपॉन डेल Vj, it is just like this, and Vj, and I told you that the second term will be just the same term but with the minus sign. Del L Vj, or you can say Vj plus 1, and here it will be del Vj plus 1. So two other terms, these two terms are derivative of Lagrangian with respect to velocity. Lagrangian with respect to velocity. So this is a difference of two function at neighboring points. Why neighboring points? Because it is Vj, it is Vj plus 1. और we can say here माइनस था, तो यहाँ आ जाएगा आपका -1, बिकॉज वहाँ पे हमारे पास माइनस था, तो माइनस के कारण Vj -1. तो दिस, what is this? These two terms are the difference of functions at two neighboring points divided by epsilon. And what is the difference of two functions? These are the two functions divided by, this is one function, this is one function, but this is the Lagrangian, derivative of Lagrangian with respect to velocity. This is also derivative of Lagrangian with respect to velocity, but at two neighboring points. So what is, if it is divided by epsilon, so, and known as epsilon is very small, so it is just the derivative. And derivative with respect to what? So it is derivative, this is derivative with respect to time, and we can replace this epsilon as d by dt by derivative. So it means you can write it as these two terms, you can write it as epsilon del L upon del xj minus d by dt of Lagrangian derivative of this with respect to Vj. Why? Because this is very small and we can replace it, and this is the what is this? This is the derivative of Lagrangian with respect to velocity, and this is the difference of two functions. This is one function, this is one function at two neighboring points divided by epsilon. And what is the difference of two functions? These are two functions divided by epsilon. Known as epsilon is very small, so it means it is just the derivative. and that's why this can be written as d by dt. The variation of action when we vary xj a little bit. xj कहाँ था? ये वाले में हमारे पास यहाँ xj था. जब xj को आप थोड़ा सा हिलाते हो तब एक्शन क्या होगा? वेरी होगा when we vary xj a little bit. So zero t naught to t l dt is equal to epsilon, which is equal to delta a, that is equal to हमने a delta a is equal to जो पहले लिखा था epsilon summation, ये हमने पहले लिखा था Lagrangian xj plus 1 minus xj, then we have considered 2 points. So it means this is equal to, what is the value of this? This comes out to be this. It means this del A is equal to minus d by dt of del L upon del V plus del L upon del X. Here it is epsilon also, because यहाँ पे epsilon हमने बाहर common लिया था, और we can say this is like this. Or you can write it here just like this, epsilon here like this. So it means this action is equal to d by dt of derivative of Lagrangian with respect to velocity minus sign plus derivative of Lagrangian with respect to position. So just go through it briefly again. What we did, we just differentiate Lagrangian with respect to xj, as we want to see how much Lagrangian is changing when we vary xj a little bit. Then we got two terms coming from the velocity dependent xj plus 1 minus xj upon sigma and xj upon sigma. कैसे? जैसे हमारे पास ये रीजन ऑफ इंटरेस्ट था, तो दिस पॉइंट इज C और suppose this is moving like this and so this slope is your velocity. तो अगर हम xj को यहाँ पे थोड़ा थोड़ा हिलाएंगे, then this is velocity. This velocity will be change which is associated with j minus 1, and the velocity which is associated with j plus 1, because this is, अगर ये change हो रही है, this is the slope. Slope will also change. तो velocity associated with j minus 1, यहाँ पे ये भी change होगी, and the velocity associated with, because it is attached with j plus 1, it is also change. So when we change xj a little bit, then we got two terms because of this xj plus 1 and ये j minus 1 के कारण. So one is associated with integral in front of that j, this, and another is associated with integral behind that time, and it is coming with opposite sign. Why? Because when you change this point, say C, up and down, the velocity here increases. जब ऊपर जाएगा तो velocity यहाँ पे क्या हो रही है? Increase, and velocity here will decrease. That's where here it is negative. तभी यहाँ पे negative sign आया है. Now the general rule of action principle is to equivalent to it. We have written it at each point, and we can say that action is really a function of whole bunch of discrete points, जो ये पूरा bunch था discrete points का, वो क्या है, वही action है. And you now apply the principle of differentiating this with respect to xj and is equal to 0. Now it means this term will equal to 0. Then it will equal to 0 and you will get delta A is equal to minus d by dt del L upon del V plus del L upon del X is equal to 0. So what we do? We differentiate Lagrangian and put it equal to 0. That makes the action stationary. So this is the general form of Lagrangian equation, or we can say Euler-Lagrangian equation. What does it mean? It means if anyone will give you Lagrangian, this Lagrangian, you simply get the answer. So it is just like a machine, give the value of Lagrangian and this machine, or we can say this equation will give you the answer. And answer is simply a differential equation. And this equation can also be written as d by dt of del L upon del x dot. Instead of writing v here, now I'm writing it del x dot is equal to del L upon del x. I said initially that this equation is an alternative formulation of Newton equation. It means that we can find L such that if you write the Euler-Lagrangian equation, it is Newton equation. मतलब अगर ये जो equation है, it is just like the Newton's equation. उसकी जगह हमने न्यूटन इक्वेशन की जगह हमने ये डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन लिखी है, जिससे आपकी कैलकुलेशंस बहुत सिंपल हो जाए. वाई सिंपल? बिकॉज न्यूटन इक्वेशन के लिए तो आप बस एक ऑब्जेक्ट के लिए करते हैं, बट अ नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स आर देयर, देन हाउ विल यू परफॉर्म इट, हाउ विल यू डू इट? सो इट इज जस्ट लाइक अ न्यूटन इक्वेशन. How? Let's find it whether this is Newton equation or not. First we will write what is L for a particle moving in a potential energy. कोई पार्टिकल जो है मूव कर रहा है पोटेंशियल एनर्जी में, एंड व्हाट इज द पोटेंशियल एनर्जी? पोटेंशियल एनर्जी इज इक्वल टू v which is a function of x. Another thing we need for the total energy, उसके लिए हमें क्या चाहिए? Kinetic energy, and the kinetic energy is equal to half mv square, or you can write it as half mx dot square. Now what Lagrangian is? Lagrangian depends upon x dot, and x हमने अभी बताया था. It means Lagrangian can also be written as half m x dot square minus v of x. But how can not be equal to the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy? हमने Lagrangian को sum क्यों नहीं लिया kinetic energy और potential energy का? Well, it is not the energy. We are looking for something which have the property that we apply the Lagrangian equation and we got Newton's equation. The only thing we can do is we will apply Lagrangian equation and see whether it is equal to Newton's equation or not. Now how can you do it? First, partial derivative of Lagrangian, this Lagrangian with respect to x dot. Why? Because you are interested in writing this Lagrangian equation. तो ये क्या है? d by dt of del L upon del x dot is equal to del L upon del x. It means आपको क्या चाहिए? You need derivative of Lagrangian with respect to x dot. And what it will be? It will be del L upon del x dot is equal to half m, and what is the differentiation? 2x dot. This will be cancelled out and you will get mx dot. Now it's good thing to remember that partial, what is this? What is mx dot? It is just like mv. And what is mv? Mv is momentum. So it is good thing to remember that partial derivative of Lagrangian with respect to x dot is called a momentum. And it will become general definition of momentum. Now, what is d by dt? Because our equation is d by dt del L upon del x dot is equal to del L by del x is equal to mx double dot. And what is the value of del L upon del x? It is equal to minus dv. अगर एक ही पार्टिकल है then dv, अगर बहुत सारे पार्टिकल then you can write it as partial derivative minus del v upon del x. Now the Euler-Lagrangian equation is this is equal to this. So it means mx double dot is equal to minus dv upon dx. Now what is this? This minus dv upon dx, if you recall, this is force. So it's nothing but Newton's equation. How? F is equal to m into a. So that is mass time acceleration equal to minus dv upon dx, and minus dv upon dx is equal to force. So at least in this simple example, we reduce the problem of making the action stationary and to solve the Newton's equation, and they both are equivalent. How about many particles? If the many particles are there, then how can you do it? So many particles in many coordinates. Many coordinates, how? Just suppose this is your t and this is your x and this is your curve. Suppose particle is here, it means particle is here in this, particle is coming out of this, यहाँ बाहर की ओर भी आ रहा है, particle इधर move कर रहा है, इधर move कर रहा है, बाहर की ओर blackboard से बाहर, इस पेज से बाहर move कर रहा है. तो many dimensional and many particles, but trajectory is just a curve. Trajectory is now a curve for many dimensional space, and we have to apply the same rule to every coordinates x, y, z, x of particle 1, x of particle 2, 3, 4, y of particle 4, 5, 6, z of particle 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So first of all, what is Lagrangian now? Lagrangian is exactly the same, except that now it is a function of all the coordinates xi, and I stands for particles and directions of space, number of particles and in how many direction it can move. So I stands for x, y, z. I stands for 1, 5, 7, 9, 15, 19 and so on. So Lagrangian will be L xi dot. And if you go through exactly the same exercise, you find out that each point of time or at each interval there will be separate equation for each coordinate. And what you will do, you will minimize the action with respect to each coordinate. जैसे पहले हमने क्या किया था, del L upon del xj. J is here time. But now for x1, then x2, then x3, what you will do, you will differentiate Lagrangian with respect to this del L upon del x1, x2, x3, y1, z2, z5, and then equate it equal to 0. So we will have separate equation for each I, and Lagrangian will be d by dt del L upon del xi is equal to xi dot is equal to del L upon del xi. So we will take this. So this is the Lagrangian equation. So if you will take the same example of potential energy that you initially have taken, that Vx is equal to, अगर हम वही example ले that the particle is moving in the potential energy of V and the kinetic energy is half, now here it will be summation of I half m xi dot square. तो आपकी इक्वेशन अगर इसी में रखेंगे, इट विल डिफ्रेंशिएट, इफ यू विल डिफ्रेंशिएट व्हाट विल बी एल इज इक्वल टू अगेन दिस इज टी माइनस वी. तो दिस माइनस वी, तो अगर आप डेल एल अपॉन डेल एक्स आई डॉट निकालोगे देन इट विल बी कम आउट एम आई एक्स आई डॉट, एंड देन अगर उसको आप क्या करोगे, डिफ्रेंशिएट करोगे विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम, देन इट विल कम्स आउट टू बी एम it comes out to be m xi double dot is equal to minus del v upon del xi, which is a force. So it means when you vary things xi, now here it is xi, तो अगर xi होगा तब आपके पास the equation will be just like this, and this is again the Newton equation. But if you put L is equal to T plus V, अभी हमने कहा कि हमने L is equal to T minus V लिया, अगर आप L is equal to T plus V लो तब क्या होगा, देखो if you put L is equal to T plus V and then solve it, then what you will get, then you will get m xi double dot is equal to plus partial derivative of V with respect to x, and it is not equal to force, because force is equal to minus del V upon del x. So if you will take this, then force will also go wrong. So it means all definitions or formulas will also go wrong. जो अभी तक हमने जितनी भी definitions f is equal to minus dv upon dx सब क्या हो जाएंगी, गलत हो जाएंगी. So it means Lagrangian is kinetic energy minus potential energy. L is equal to not L is equal to T minus V not T plus V. T plus V नहीं है, अगर हम इससे लेते हैं तो सारे फॉर्मूले, सारी इक्वेशन सब तक की सब गलत हो जाएंगी. So it means L is equal to, Lagrangian will also always take as L is equal to T minus V, and that will give you the Newton's equations and Euler-Lagrangian equation. Lagrangian equations आपको मिलेंगी just like Newton equation of motion for the action principle. If action principle क्या था, वही del A is equal to 0, तो वो तब मिलेंगी जब आप क्या करोगे, L is equal to T minus V करोगे. So this is L is equal to T minus V, not L is equal to T plus V. And here in the starting, where we have written this A is equal to T naught to 2, here it will be delta A. Action of variation of A is equal to this, A is equal to this, but variation of A is equal to 0. That's why we have differentiate that with respect to xj, because we need the variation. तो यहाँ पे स्टार्टिंग में मैंने यहाँ a लिखा था, but here it will be delta a. तो delta will tell us the variation. That's why we have in this approximation we have variate or we have differentiated with respect to xj. So here it will be delta is equal to this, and for approximation we will put it equal to, for principle if we will apply the principle of least action, then delta a is equal to 0. तो यहाँ पे भी हमने action find करके this is equal to action, but variation principle में delta a is equal to 0 करते हैं. अगर if you are interested in putting it equal to 0, तो a is equal to this value, but if you, this is the principle of least action. a is equal to हमारे पास था t naught to t and this value, but if you are this is the application of the least action principle. तो अगर least action principle लगाना है then you have to vary it. Delta A is equal to 0. तो तब हमने डेल्टा लगाया और हमने यहाँ पे इसको तभी हमने क्या किया, इसको हम डिफ्रेंशिएट करेंगे विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू x. So that's all. So what we have discussed today is that the specification of a Lagrangian is a completely neat packaging of the laws of physics for particular system. In Lagrangian, one function covers all of the coordinates. One function of all the coordinates which is built by using kinetic energy and potential energy. One function tells us all laws of physics for that system. Or we can think it in another way, that Lagrangian is a way the physical problems are packaged and calculations calculated for you give the equations of motion from the Lagrangian. This is one reason why we use Lagrangian for calculations of a motion of a particles, as it is extremely good and easy for understanding of the system. That's all for today. We will discuss another important reasons of studying Lagrangian in our next lectures. But before leaving, if you have not subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe the same so that I get motivation to make such videos. If you have any doubt, you can mail me in email ID given in the description box, or you can also write a comment in comment section. Thank you so much.